What is up, ladies and gents? Got to get me here back with another video. So today, want to talk about something that has interested me. Well, not interest me, but I am having a questionable tell because I was 100% towards this whole thing where they're giving out Archer's Lightcone completely for free. Obviously, if you have 200 pools. So for me, the 200 pool thing wasn't that much of a problem. But there's something that has really caught my eye that I've had to reread on this section because I'm a bit confused. And I was really, okay, right. So we all know we're getting Archer. Right, we all know we're getting Archer, and during the event, or rather during the patch, we are going to obviously be getting his Lightcone 100%. Right? I don't know why it's doing that, but we are going to be getting his Lightcone. Now, here's the problem: I reread this, and it sort of put me in a situation where I was like, hold on. So bear with me. Read this. After version 3.4 update on the 2nd of July. Until the 13th of August, this is the event period in which you get Fate Gift or whatever. During the event, Trailblazers who spend 200 Star Rail passes in any version 3.4 warp event can claim the limited 5-star Lightcone, the hell where ideals burn. His Hunt Lightcone. After the collaboration warp begins on the 11th of July at 12 o'clock server time. All warp events in 3.4 share the accumulated total of Star Rail special pass. Okay, this is where I'm having a bit of a conundrum. All right, and this is where I feel like this is a bit scummy because, I don't know, I'm not going to say it's scummy, but at the same time, I do feel like I'm going to wait until it comes. I'm going to wait until the patch drops, go on YouTube and actually see someone do 200 pulls and then get the Lightcone, because from what I'm understanding in this situation, I thought the moment 3.4 drops, because I have about 400 Stellar Jade, right? I have 400 Stellar Jade ready to spend on Finon, getting his E2 and his Lightcone. And then I'll probably save for whoever I want to save for next. But the problem here is that I did support the fact that, yes, they're giving us a free 5-star, and the 5-star is going to be mad good, right? And then all of a sudden the jump is, if you spend more than 200 passes, you get his Lightcone, which I was like, yeah, perfect, I have 400 passes. But now I'm reading this event period, or rather this event details on how to actually get the Lightcone, and I'm a bit confused because, you see, it says the event period starts on the 2nd of July, which is basically when the patch drops. During the event, Trailblazers who spend 200 stellar passes in any version 3.4 warp event can claim his 5-star after the collaboration warp begins on the 11th. So my question is, are we able to get the Lightcone from the get-go on the 2nd, or do we have to wait until the 11th? Because that's scummy, because that's like a week away. Because what that means is that basically the patch drops on the 2nd, and say someone like me who has been saving like free to play for the longest time, close to now 6 to 7 months, to probably even get Finon, right? Or rather, I don't know how many months it's been 6 months, I think. Yeah, so I've been saving 6 months to get Finon. And on the 2nd he comes out, you've been thrown this idea that obviously you're getting a free Lightcone if you spend 200 passes. But from this text, it's not clear whether you get it as of the 2nd or on the 11th. Because from the 2nd to the 11th is 1 week, my guys. 1 week. Which basically means you have 200, I have 400. So that means I have 200 polls basically to spend, because that would mean I do less than 200. I at least get Finon, or I get to test them out and stuff, or I get Finon, and then I wait until the 11th, and then I spend the remaining 200 or whatever I'll have So, because I have two choices here. My first choice is on the second, I just don't summon for Phanon and I get more pulls, obviously moving forward. Or on the second, I summon for Phanon, but make sure that I still have 200 passes come 11th of the week, because obviously I'll still be summoning for Phanon to get his E2, right? But that's scummy. Like, why not just give that's like a whole week, my dudes. Like, second, third, fourth, that's like, because the patch drops on Wednesday. That means we have to wait until the next Friday to be able to even just summon with 200 extra passes to get the free Lightcone. And if you're a free-to-play player, you have all this FOMO from Phanon, and you're telling me I have to wait a whole, like, bloody week. I know it sounds like a rant, but that's a bit dumb, you know? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is really, I don't feel that was the best choice to make, you know? I just really don't think that was the best choice to make. Anyway, those are my thoughts. You tell me what you think, because what? That's such a bad, I feel that there's just such a bad way to structure a free Lightcone, that you have to wait 1 week, because or otherwise, you know, because they're saying the event period starts from the second. But if you read this text, during blah blah blah, you spend 200 to get his Lightcone after the collaboration warp begins on the 11th. So basically means I'm just gonna get E0. I'll be okay with an E0 or E0 E0 E1 S1. Sorry, E0 S1 if I'm able to for Phanon. And then, as long as I have a remaining 200 passes, that means at least I can get his Lightcone for free. That's what it means. And that's frustrating, because, like, I've saved up to get his E2. Now I have to, there's nothing to complain about there. I've been patient for 6 months. What's being patient for another week? A lot. Anyway, yeah, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you think in the comments.